Now, normally I wasn't gonna post this video because apparently it's all over my social media platform right now. It's all over my Facebook and LinkedIn account. People are still talking about this. It's still hot. It's still on fire. So I was like, you know what? I tried to sit on it. I wanted to sit on it for a few weeks, probably within a couple months, because like, people were still blowing me up with it, was still talking to me about the whole situation. It was like, you know what, her account got removed, this happened, that happened, maybe it's because of you and stuff, so are you going to talk about it? And I was like, you know what, I really don't want to, because one thing I've noticed about people that's on YouTube and people that's on social media when it comes to exposing people's businesses and stuff, especially when in regards to them, they are so quick to talk about it so they can have views, so they can have people, follow their channel and stuff. And then they easily get their accounts and they get their videos taken away too because of misinformation. They didn't sit long enough to let the stuff marinate and for more information to break out too. And that's what I was doing also, because if I just spread the information about what happened to Ashley Brock, as soon as this thing happened, without me getting enough knowledge of how this thing happened, because people were saying it was because of me, because of what she was doing to me, and I wasn't really honest. I mean, I wasn't really for sure of what the situation was, because she was doing it to all other people's accounts too. Because with me, it could be bullshit. Like my reason could be bullshit. I was the last person that she tried to do this to, so my situation could be irrelevant. Maybe her account was already at risk when this whole thing was happening, and then when she did it to me, then that was like the last straw. But I wanted to be sure about it. I wanted to be completely, I want to have this enough information for me to tell people about it without me just jumping into the whole thing and put my voice out there without me getting enough information. But anyway, just for people who has not had me on Facebook and is not on my LinkedIn account, or just don't have any source of information except YouTube to know what's going on with my channel and how things are getting processed, apparently I had a stalker. Yeah, I had a stalker that's been harassing my channel for quite some time now, and she wasn't the only one. I had a few, actually several, honestly. And the reason why her was a big deal, and I ignored everybody else except her, was because she was a person that I've known personally. I've known her for the past like 12 or 13 years. Even before I've gotten mainstream, we was both struggling to get our names out there together. We've known each other since MySpace was still hot. And we was talking about certain things in regards to like what we wanted to do, because she recognized me through my fucking artwork. And she was like, your artwork looks fucking cool or whatever. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And she loved my stuff. She used to do tattoo art and stuff. I didn't know she was doing it anymore. So after that, when Facebook came out, we ended up adding each other on Facebook. And then after that, we kind of went our separate ways, because as we gotten older, as I was beginning to get into the dating world after I graduated and stuff, she's a little younger than me, like a couple years younger. So she ended up doing her own thing too. And honestly, that was the last I've heard from her. That was the last I heard from Ashley. And that was like around 2008. Probably 2009, if I'm not mistaken, probably a little longer than that. But from what I heard, she has gone mainstream. She has gotten like, she had a YouTube channel, and all it was talking about, her channel was a lot like mine, basically, just her doing reviews, and her just also talking about certain things about relationships too, of how to deal with certain things when it comes to being under, like my channel, basically. She did the exact same thing that I was doing on my channel. Difference was she did it way earlier than I did. Her subscriptions went big. It like her channel went viral. Her videos went viral. Like her channel blew the fuck up. And again, I didn't know nothing about this. Me and her was still cool on Facebook, but she didn't really give me no links to her videos and stuff. She didn't show me anything about her channel and things like that. She wasn't the type of female that tried to want people to hook her up. I guess she already had connections, and I guess she just probably saw me as an associate, which was cool because I saw her the same way. But what turned her against me was again, I didn't fucking hear from her. I didn't hear from her from over a decade. So when I ended up doing my own thing, when I ended up making my channel, and I ended up starting off fresh and stuff, I did it for a couple. I did like a couple videos, my movie reviews and stuff. Veronica and the Love Witch. After that, I left it alone. After that, I just let my fucking channel alone because I didn't get enough views. I kind of got a little discouraged. I was in the dating world. I was busy working out, so I had my mind on other situations. But I wanted to hit back to it. I was like, you know what? I can't really half-ass it. So I wanted to make it I wanted to make it a social platform. And then when I was busy posting more blogs and stuff, and I was doing stuff on the radio and stuff, what got my channel blown up was two videos. One was a video when I talked about when I almost got murdered by the age of 19, and then another one was the video of me talking about why women reject good men, and that blew up like wildfire. That exploded. So everybody was talking to me about the video. People was telling me about like other things that I should talk about and stuff in regards to situations of relationships and just deal with like friendly matter of just trying to express yourself if you're different, if you're homosexual, if you're just going through certain phases of living, how to deal with that stuff. And I did not mind that. That's why I'm trying to study of how to become a therapist my own way. And I even talked to my fucking therapist. My therapist said she'd been watching my stuff too, and she actually approved. She said that there are some things that I've talked about that she didn't even notice, and she said she's learned from the stuff that I'm talking about too, and that means a lot. Thank you, Jeannie. But I guess Ashley found out about that video, why women reject good men. And she didn't come at it in a positive way. And what she did was, see, look, I can take fucking criticism. I like to take criticism because it makes me learn and it makes my channel more, it beats up my channel more because it makes me smarter for me to know what I need to do in the future. When I was doing my blogs on the radio, I was getting so much criticism to the point where it made me more smarter. It made me more agile and more sophisticated. It made my brain more self-aware of what I need to do. So I didn't mind that. But she came at it in a negative way. First, I didn't even know who she was. I didn't even know who the fuck she was. All she did was she messaged me through Facebook, and she was saying that I've seen your video. I've seen, the video was somebody like why girls reject good men or whatever, and I think it's dumb. And I'm like, okay, like, and I first asked her, I was like, who are you? And she was like, she said it doesn't even fucking matter. She didn't even tell me who she was. So she was like, it doesn't matter or whatever. I seen your video, and I think your video needs to get some legwork of improving the points that you're making. And I was like, you know what? Okay, what do I need to improve? And that was when I hate when people say that I need to get things done, but they don't give me iteration of how I should improve it. All she was saying was that the whole video was stupid, didn't make sense. I mean, even one person told me that they didn't like the video because of the music. Even that's a dumb reason to hate the video, even though I had sharp points, sharp elements. I was down to the bone of how things should be. But for you to hate the video just because of the music, even though that made more sense than what Ashley was telling me. She just said the whole thing was dumb. And I didn't get it. So what I did was, I just ignored her. I just blocked her out. I didn't block her physically. All I did was I just did not reply to her at all. So then when I looked to her profile, then that's when it rang a bell. I was like, you know what? I know her. This is the girl that I used to be cool with. So I was going to message her back. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, look, this is me. This is James from back then. Don't you know me? But I was like, you know what? No, I think she does know me. But why the negative criticism? So what I did was I did my research, and now when I found out that she is a YouTuber. And what made it spark was the fact that she actually made a video reiterating the exact same one that I talked about, but it was different. Her headline was, why do men take rejection so bad when it comes to women putting them down? And when I looked at the video, her delivery was pretty good, but her punchlines and her examples was way off. It was bad. She was saying that men need to stop sweating women. If a woman says no, then just let them go. But she didn't say the reason why. She didn't give examples of how to deal with it. It's easy to just say just to deal with it and just to let things go. But girl, you need to make examples. You need to make strategies, and you need to set certain story elements so people can, that's what makes your example strong. That's what I do. Whenever I make a video or when I make examples, I always tell stories. I always tell people of the stuff that I've been through so they can understand and they can have a sharper mind of how to deal with it. But she didn't do that. She just said, this is what's going on. Stop it. Deal with it. Stop being a fucking crybaby. But I wasn't the only one that had a problem with it. She had way more dislikes than likes, and people was obliterating her through the comment section, saying that she's stupid. She don't even know what she's talking about. And even before then, she deleted the video and then she reposted it just so she can have a point across again. But it still spread like wildfire. And I noticed that some of her channels was getting deleted also. I mean, not a chance, but her videos entirely. So that was when I was like, you know what? It's not the video that is offending her. It's the fact that I actually had more good leeway than her. So it was all about jealousy. She was just jealous that I had way more hits than she did, which was stupid, which was freaking dumb, honestly. So when I fucking found out about the whole situation, and that was when I finally messaged her back, and I was like, look, Ashley, I understand where you're coming from, but look, you should not let my video discourage you for the video that you posted. I saw the video that you did about, like, you know, why men take it so bad why women reject them, but your points was very inaccurate. You had a very good like reiteration of why of men doing that, but you need to be more sharp of the elements and the examples that you're gonna put out. And I told her, come back to me whenever you have we have a wiser brain. So when I said that, that's when she lost it. When a female or when anybody in general tries to test my intelligence, they're gonna lose every single time, because that's when I have to do my deep digging, and that's when I have to figure out, how am I gonna attack this person verbally? How am I going to make them, how am I going to rip their soul out and make them hate me even more? Now, it kind of fucking broke my heart because, like I said, me and Ashley had a very good history. We try to build these things. We try to be successful with each other. But as we gotten older, you know how when you are cool people in high school and grade school, and then when you get older, people just want to do things their own way, which is very understandable. But the reason why I'm seeing her as a negative remark is because she did that first to me. So after that, then she just exploded. She tried to message me. She even tried to gather pictures of me and my ex-wife. She tried to go so deep into trying to get my attention, try to say this about me, try to say this about my ex-wife, try to say, like, James, respond. She even tried to contact me. There was like several numbers that tried to contact me. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl needs to stop. So what I did was I cut my phone off for a few hours, and then when I cut it back on, because I couldn't keep it off for too long, so I cut it back on, and then that was when I had some notifications on my LinkedIn account, and then that was when I heard that there was a person that was that was harassing me. So what I did was, I didn't handle this by law or anything. I still ignored it. So what I did was I told one of the people in my You Go On fan page that, look, do not expose her, because I want her to expose herself. I want her to try to put my information out there to the public so I can let people know how idiotic this female is. And then that's when I take action. But it didn't even last that long. After that day, I found out that all of her posts and all of her videos have gotten deleted from her Facebook and her YouTube accounts. And then after that, her whole account just got removed. That's basically it. Hold on, let me fix this. There we go. had to fix that for a little. Even the camera couldn't believe it. It was like, what? Are you serious? No, but that's why I had to wait a while for it to sit for a little bit, because I didn't want to post this automatically, then all of a sudden it just get hit, my views get hit, and then all of a sudden her fan page will attack me as well, because that's essentially what I did afterwards. I tried to contact her fan base after her account got removed, and I tried to talk to them about, like, was it because of me? Did I do anything? And then they was like, no, like they know that I handled it in a way because she actually screenshotted our conversation and she showed it to everybody, and I knew she was going to do that. So that's why I was asking the people on her fan page, well, most people, that how does she handle it? Was it just me? They said no. They said that she was always like this. She always tried to attack the other people's accounts that oppose more that had a more popular standard than her. But I was like, that don't make any sense. I just started going back on my YouTube channel, and my Hugo Stiglitz page has been big since what? Since the 4th year I've been on Facebook, and I just eventually posted I just made a fan page about it, you know? So I was like, this is just crazy. So I did even more digging, and then they were saying that she has changed. One thing I noticed about Ashley, this is the difference between me and Ashley. Before my channel had gotten big, before my YouTube channel gotten mainstream, I was just posting things that I always post on Facebook. It's just difference is I'm just making videos about it. Ashley, if you're looking at this, listen to what I'm trying to tell you, okay? The reason why your page was so successful is because me and you, we had a similar variety of how we visualize society, how people was treating us, and just how it was so hard for us to be different in our own way. Now, by you being a female and by me being a male, we have our different ways of how we handle these situations. Now, I know people are going to say, well, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. It actually does. It really does. I notice women have a more mental propaganda of just how to deal with certain things. It hits like when rumors start, and if it hits a male's mind, they might believe those rumors if it's somebody that they're cool with that's telling them this stuff. If a stranger is telling a female these rumors, they might believe it. I'm just being honest. So what I'm saying is that Ashley, I noticed that you've been having great stuff. You were saying good things. You were saying very sharp stuff on your Facebook page or whatever, and we was doing that together. But the reason I haven't heard from you is because you was married. Now, you was married within 3 years. You beat my record. I was only married for 2. You was married for 3 years, but apparently you left your husband. And what you did, what I don't like what people do is that whenever breakups happen and when things get bad, you don't like to reiterate the stuff that you've done wrong. You just said it was his fault, it was his fault, it was his fault. He was just so stupid. He kind of threatened me, disrespected me. And then the husband didn't say anything. In fact, I contacted the husband because I told him, look, because of this, because of that, your wife is beginning to harass my page. So I'm going to have to, say some things just so I can clarify some situations. Is it okay? He said, no, it's cool. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. Because he said that since you decided to not talk to him no more and you didn't care what he does, all he essentially told me was you just gave him permission to do whatever he wanted. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I asked him, what was the reason why she ended things with you? And then he said, and I liked his reason. I liked what he said. He didn't pick sides or nothing. He said, look, what happened. If you want to know, be cool with her, talk to her, be friends with her, and you'll see why she left me. And I like that reason. I might have to steal that because he don't want people to feel as if he says some things about her that is going to make him like he's a douche. So what he's essentially saying is, if you want to know the reason, find out for yourself. And the crazy part is, I didn't even talk to you for a freaking decade, and I already know the reason why. It's because you say stupid things just to get through people's minds. You used to have a great YouTube channel where you was talking about certain elements of just how to deal with everyday life when it comes to relationships, how to deal with things when it comes to you expressing your differences of just exposing who you was and how you want to visualize life. Even your beliefs in God was strapped on, but you lost your way. You completely lost your way, Ashley. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going? It's like watching a kid wander off into the freaking forest. The reason why your channel was so successful is because you focused on what people needed to do to make their lives better. You completely abandoned that now. What you ended up doing, and I think it's because of the breakup that you have dealt with your husband. After that, people were saying that you just changed, you went down on quality, you ended up going after people that was in relationships and stuff, even your own friends, even some of your family members didn't like you anymore, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. So apparently it's my turn. Apparently you want to come to me and you want to attack me, but that's when you made a big mistake. Now, I'm not saying that I have the power to take down people's channels. Don't give me that praise. I don't have that power yet. And if I did, I still wouldn't use it. But I have the power to gather information that people are trying to, if people are trying to attack me, I have the power to look for information, and I have my fan base to do it for me. It's not hard. Even my own friends can do that for me because they are cool with people that I'm not cool with that can tell me certain things that people are doing behind my back. It's the freaking internet. It's not hard to get information. But when you try to attack me, I guess you thought I was everybody else. It's just crazy because when you used to make these videos about just how to deal with everyday life and just how to deal with things under pressure, it's just you had this great icon, and the sad part about it is if you still kept this going, we could have worked together. You could have saw what I was doing. You could have been like, you know what, we should do this stuff together, whatever. But I don't know what happened to you. Maybe you let your fans get the better of you or whatever, and then you just started doing a whole lot of stupid stuff on your channel. You started going after everybody else. You started talking about how zodiac signs exist and stuff. You started making recommendations to just a whole lot of cupcake face relations. You losing it. You are freaking losing it. You're shooting yourself in the head, girl. You done messed up. You already messed up your channel. There's no going back. Once you lose your fans of what made your channel great, they're gonna go to your competitor, which is me, or they're gonna unsubscribe to you, and they're gonna bring a bad name to your channel. Now, like I said, I might not be the reason why your channel have gotten deleted because there was already cases of you harassing other channels, but you handled this the wrong way, Ashley. And as many times I've gotten harassed and I've gotten put down by other people, this is just sad because I noticed that a lot of people, we like to have a certain motive of how to get ourselves situated and just how to how to get our career started. But I noticed every time, and that's just normal, whenever you try to get something started and when you try to get something situated, there's already going to be people trying to put you down. Always going to be people that's going to try to put you down. But I noticed with our race, our African-American race, we got it bad. We got it so fucking bad. As many times I've had people try to take me down, try to criticize me, try to make it seem like the stuff that I was doing wrong. I had mixture colors. I have whites, I have Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, Asians, you name it, try to talk down about the stuff that I was doing. But when I got too mainstream, I didn't listen to them anymore, then they just left it alone. But why is it that the blacks try everything in their power to try to take down the stuff that I do? They try to dislike everything that I post. They try to criticize me in the most stupid. And like I said, I can take criticism. I'm always open to listen. But when it's just idiotic criticism, then that's when I just know that you're just being ignorant. I just know that you're just doing it because you're being a freaking hater. And I can understand that. Because when I used to be on Facebook, when I talk about certain things, and then when people just hated the stuff that I say, it kind of got to me. But ever since I've been through therapy and I had a wake-up call how this world works, people hated me more. Because now since I'm a YouTuber and I'm voicing this stuff out, people see me as a threat now. They see that since I'm going mainstream, I'm getting views and views and views. Now they see me as a threat. I would be afraid of me too, honestly. But leave people like me the fuck alone. That's all I'm essentially saying. And then Ashley, I'm using you as a great example to this. Stay out of people's business that doesn't involve you. I almost forgot that you existed until you freaking showed up. But like I said, we fucking African Americans got it freaking bad, where we try to start something and then we're the main ones that try to take it down. The people who are still trying to take my channel down are just black people. Everybody else that's out of this color are minding their own business, just doing their own thing. But how come I got like a handful? I kind of spit a little bit. I'm sorry. But how come I still have a handful of black women, handful of black men that still try to take down my channel? I don't care because you guys are beneath me at this point. I can just easily just flick you guys away. And that's essentially what I've been doing. I just ignore you guys. And it's just crazy because back then I used to be like this emotional person that just let things get to me. And these same people, the same people that's trying to bother me were the ones that got under my skin. But now I pose a threat on social media to the point where now they are the ones that's offended. And they say that the stuff that I'm saying is annoying, it's obnoxious. Obnoxious. But you know what? Those are the normal reactions of what happens when you tell the fucking truth. When you tell the truth and when you say things that's honest, people are going to be butthurt about it. And they're going to say that. That's why it doesn't offend me. You can say that I'm annoying. You can say I'm obnoxious. You can say I'm an egotist, all you want. But you know one thing? It doesn't defeat a single thing that I just said. Especially to you, Ashley. We had a movement. We could have started something together, but instead you let the fans get the better of you and you listen to what the fans wanted and you end up changing your whole mode. That's the reason why a lot of celebrities is falling apart. That's the reason why a lot of freaking YouTubers are falling apart, because when they get too mainstream, they want to do every single thing just so they can get a little bit more fame, and they fall apart. You have to keep your brand contacted in your mental as much as you can. Stay yourself as much as you can. Remember why you got successful in the first place. If you would have worked with me, if I would have worked with you, I would have put you in your place. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. If we was working together and I find out that you was busy, like if you was on the verge of changing the way how we built this channel together, because there are YouTubers that have partners that keep their channel up to speed and just keep them on their toes just in case if they're going a little bit out of line. I would have told you, like, look, get your shit together. You are fine. If they want you to stop doing certain things, it's because they're being offended. The stuff that you're saying is, and people are getting offended what you're saying, is because it involves them. As many times myself have done blog talks on the radio when I've exposed certain behavior of certain things that I've witnessed. Don't you think that that comes with a whole lot of negative intentions when I be saying this stuff? As many times I post things on my channel, even on Facebook, because this goes down for a long time. How many times you think I get so much negative criticism? How many times I get people try to contact me because of the stuff that I say? And I tell them, if it offends you, then I don't know what to say to you. This is what happens when you treat people like me a certain way. Like I said, I spent most of my life when people used to say that I was weak, I was in denial, I was emotional, I was just so weak and just my mind was not always out there. But ever since I reached a certain age and when my therapist like looped me into a certain degree and I end up understanding how this world works, y'all made me like this. Y'all did a great job. And that's what I'm saying, Ashley. That's the reason why me and you are different. Because we're actually the opposite in a way. I didn't let the people who try to shapeshift me get the better of me to the point where I had to change who I was just so people, so people won't have to keep an eye on me anymore. You let the fans get to you. You stop doing what made you blossom, what made you bloom into to what made me like you in the first place, what made your fans like you. Now you became what the people that I exposed. You became the person that I hate the most. And that's sad. That is freaking sad. And I hope when you see this, I hope you learn from this. Because even though you have lost your channel, which is, I'm sorry to hear this, but at the same time, let that be a lesson to you. Even though you've lost your channel, you lost your whole social media platform due to harassment, it's not too late to come back. You may not even get those fans again. I mean, I'm talking about like 32,000 subscribers. Jesus Christ, I only got 1,000. But sometimes people have to learn the hard way. And with you, unfortunately, you had to learn the hard way, unfortunately. So it's just, it's a bad loss. But that's what happens when you have so much power on social media and on Facebook, on YouTube, because Facebook and YouTube is such a sensitive platform where you have to be very careful what you say. That's why I don't really put names of the people that I'm exposing on my videos. I don't. I make examples, I say stories, but I do not say names, because if somebody that I'm exposing is seeing my video, all they got to do is just contact YouTube and say, look, this is my name. They put my name on this. I want this channel gone. But if I don't say their name and they try to contact YouTube and say that this person's saying this about me, well, they're going to ask them, well, is they saying anything that regards to what relates to you, as in your name, your address, your phone number, all that stuff? I don't say none of that stuff, so my channel is safe. But you let the fans get the better of you, all that power, all those subscriptions. You had nobody to put you in the leash. So what you end up doing, you end up going out of control. And then anybody that try to speak, try to put you in your place, you obliterated them. Even your own fans was against you. The reason why they were still fans of you because they still had a little bit of hope that you would come back to your senses. But maybe this video might come back to your senses. Maybe I might talk some sense to you. If I can't put my hands on you physically, then I might have to do it mentally. That's a bad metaphor, but it's just, this is an unfortunate loss, man. I mean, this is very bad. You really done fucked it up. And like I said, you was a female that I could learn from, and we both can learn from each other, you know. And even though you lost the channel, I learned from what just happened. Like, just, you know, be very careful of how you express yourself and just how you put people's business out on social media. That's just basically it. And another thing before I let you guys go, because I've already spent too much time with this video, I know that a lot of people has been going to my YouTube, to my LinkedIn account and to my Facebook page, has been contacting me about trying to get their channel started and stuff. And it's been a lot of people. And all I'm about to say to you guys is I appreciate my videos is giving you guys the leeway and giving you guys the encouragement to want to do exactly what I'm doing. If not, try to get your channel started from another purpose. But here's the thing. I notice a lot of people that get their channel started and they post great stuff. They post good content. They have their channel booming. But then after like a few videos, they end up quitting. They end up stopping because they're not aware of the negative stuff that you're gonna be saying that people are gonna have a problem with. Here's the thing. Facebook is a worldwide social media platform. So when you post things, everybody's going to look at it. All it takes is just a point and clicks, bait and switch. So you're going to appeal to people mostly that's going to like your stuff, and then a handful that's just going to hate yourself. I mean, that's going to hate the stuff that you're going to post. You're going to have around 100 likes, but you're going to have a couple of dislikes and only one comment that's going to get under your skin. And why is it going to get under your skin more than the people that's liking your stuff? Because hate lasts longer than love. But what I'm saying to you guys is that trying to get y'all channel started, don't come in with a whole positive note of thinking that everything is going to be all roses and rose petals and you're gonna post this, you can get 100 and millions of likes and subscribers but 0 dislikes. No, when you post stuff, haters are going to be coming. Haters are going to try to strike your stuff down and start disliking you, start hating the stuff that you posted. It can be people that you freaking cool with, people that you freaking have a great communication standards with. When I post stuff, I get that a lot. Did it surprise me? No. But it disappointed me because these are people that I had high expectations for. Well, just a couple of them. Some of them I knew that they didn't like me from the get-go because of the way how they are. I'm not a dumb person. I know how, I can tell how your energy is. But do not start something without being aware of what negative remarks is going to come from it. The more successful you're going to be, the less happier you're going to be because you're going to get a whole lot of negative stuff. I see so many stuff, like so many trending things on my social media platform, as in people losing weight, people try to start like a little movement of just trying to work out and stuff. Bodybuilders basically, and they post a lot of advertisements of how to lose weight. And then when I look at the likes and the reactions to it, they get heart emojis, they get like emojis, but then they get laughing emojis. They get a whole lot of laughing emojis because those laughing emojis is people who just don't like to see that stuff. And those people are probably out of shape because they jealous. Same thing when it comes to you being successful in general. When you post a lot of great stuff and just trying to start a movement and just trying to be successful and stuff, you're going to get haters that hate what you're doing because they see what you are trying to do and it irritates them, especially with our color. Like I said, our color got it fucking bad, dude. Our color has it terribly bad. A lot of races can stick together, but how come when we try to do it, we have to pay you so you can stick with us? It's just crazy how that works. It's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at black celebrities, black stars, black rappers, they always tell you a story of how they try to start things on their own and how their family members, how they friends, they black friends and stuff, never wanted to be on their side. It was always them and them alone, and that's despicable. It's a freaking mess. Our freaking race has it bad, dude. I know this is gonna offend Ashley. I mean, I know I'm freaking banned, but at the same time, I don't freaking care. like I said, for like what? For speaking the freaking truth. If I say things just to get it, just to make you feel great, then everything's okay. But then when I say something like this and nobody wants to talk to me, but it's cool. I'm not here to appeal to everybody. I'm here to illustrate a point and make examples so people can learn from it. And that's what I'm saying. If you guys want to be a YouTuber, be aware of what this comes with. Be aware of what you're going to get hit with, because living life is not about you trying to punch as much as you can. It's about how much hits you can take yourself. And trust me, I'm emotionless right now. Nothing affects me anymore. Nothing. It's been a long time. Oh man, I can't remember the last time a female or anybody in that standards has offended me, because to get under my skin, it has to take something very personal. You have to really know me to get under my skin. And even if something personal, it won't really offend me, because I know that you're coming with a negative intention. With Ashley, it was just off guard. I wasn't really expecting that, but at the same time I wasn't offended, because one, she was young, she was very immature. She's like 3 or 4 years younger than me. And number two, when I did my research, and when I found out that my videos had more hits than her, and then it had more possibilities, more positive reactions than hers or whatever, and all her channel had was just crap, I can just tell that was just her. She was just jealous of what I was doing. That's all it was. Just a typical black female that just got mad that a man was doing exactly what she was doing, and he was getting way more leeway than her. That's all it purposely was, honestly. And as many times I talk down on people that do things like this, Ashley, you should have known better. I'm very disappointed in you. You was out of all the people and the crazy part is, even though we didn't talk no more, I still use you as an example of telling other people that they could have learned from you. You was like the only female that I've known that had a lot of sense, that wanted to start things as much as I did. We saw things at similar angles, but now you just jumped in a bandwagon with them. Unfortunately, you let this millennial world change you. But that's all I gotta say. Be aware of what's to come when you guys want to be a YouTuber. If you are not aware of it and this stuff gets under your skin, if you just want to just crawl into bed and just want to quit your channel, I got my bed right here for you to lay on. If you're that weak, then please lay here and let people like me be on the camera and speak for you. But that's all I gotta say. Stay tuned for more of my videos and more blogs coming your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a damn good day.